Hello Leo. Before I get into this reading, I would just like to say that this energy could be past, present or future energy. But for me, the energy really starts as soon as you decide to watch this reading. If this message was meant for you, then it should resonate. And if it doesn't, please be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Okay, let's get started. Straight away, before I take out any cards, I'm getting this energy of feeling a little bit stuck and there's a feeling of not wanting to make the same mistakes that you have in the past, because you're looking at this relationship and you're seeing patterns arise that remind you of your past, that remind you of past relationships where things have started to go downhill. Okay, so the first card that has come out is the Ten of Swords, Leo. So this is about, let me tune into my guides. You're scared of following the same patterns. You don't want to invest yourself and put all of yourself into a situation if you feel like you're going to get the same results as before. You don't really trust your the person that you're involved with at this current moment in time, because you see that they are, your partner is doing some certain things that would hurt you, that they know, that you feel they know you wouldn't, you know, would upset you, but they're choosing to, and they don't, you feel like they don't really care about your feelings, they're disregarding your feelings. So this could be past energy, please keep that in mind, because these are quite in-depth readings. And I'm also being a bit tongue-tied here during your reading. That's come on as soon as I started shuffling your cards, and I feel like that's saying that you're feeling quite in a sticky situation here. You know, your thoughts are, perhaps you need to have some clarity over a situation. You feel like you're losing a sense of mutual understanding here that you both share. There needs to be some sort of conversation, some sort of taking these feelings out in the open and discussing them and moving forward in a way that will both benefit each other and help one another. So this came out with the Page of Swords. So I feel like the Ten of Swords came out with the Page of Swords because this feeling of someone being quite inconsiderate, and you're observing them and you're quite on guard, but at the moment you're not really saying anything. And if you are saying anything, it's not really the conversation that you really need with them. It's not that conversation that's going to make them understand, or, you know, talking things out maturely. And maybe you're both not ready for that yet, or they're not open to, or you may feel like if you do this, okay, this is what I'm getting. You feel like if you speak to them about this and you really address the way you're feeling, this relationship is just going to go the same way that your previous relationships have in the past. You see it going down this road, and you know that the next step, this conversation, is going to really just follow the same path as the rest of your relationships. Or perhaps this is the same relationship and it's over and over again, right? So this could be you're looking at your previous relationships and you don't want to go down the same pattern, or this is a relationship you're in at the moment and there's this fear of getting into that cycle again and repeating a cycle that, you know, you both have been in and out of. Yeah. You are lost at what to do here, because you feel like each way you approach this situation in your mind is a loss. Because if you move forward with this, and if you address these issues, then it might create more conflict. And if you don't address these issues, then you've got this in your mind and you're having to stay on guard within yourself, in your thoughts. And you want a healthy relationship, you want healthy thoughts, you don't want any unhealthy behaviours arising, and you want to feel quite confident with this person. You want to... Okay, I'm getting that perhaps you're seeing actually through these actions that they're doing that this may not be a long-term relationship, and you do want a long-term relationship, but perhaps this is, you're feeling maybe this isn't the one. And you did think this was the one, and you know there's a lot of pain there that you've had to go through, and confusion. Yeah. So we have the Judgment card. So you are coming to some sort of resurrection now. You are understanding this relationship for really everything that it is in reality. This is about, you know, taking off those rose-coloured glasses and really observing. You know, there's a real sense here of you observing, Leo. So you're not, you know, this isn't as much about action as it is right now at this point in the reading about observation here. And you see, you don't want to resurrect old behaviours. You want to leave them in the past. You don't want to resurrect old cycles where, you know, this is what happens and then there's a breakup and then this happens and then this happens. You don't want to go down that road. You do not want to. You would rather leave this situation than have this happen. And you see here, this, you know, you could actually be considering now, you thought the situation through, and you may be choosing, instead of speaking up, you may be choosing to put this to a close for now. But part of you is saying, let's do this. Let's resurrect the past. I don't know. I may be repeating the same mistakes over and over again. and you know, you're very aware of this, Leo. You're in this frame of mind where you're back and forth, you're confused, and you're thinking, do I let this happen, or do I leave? Do I resurrect this past? Do I resurrect this conflict? Or perhaps just confrontation in a way? Or do I leave? Because I don't want to be overthinking. I don't want to be stuck in my head about this. So I need to make a decision here, and I need to look at everything, every perspective, every point of view. And I really need to make sure that I'm thinking about this in a lot, you know, making a logical decision here. So that's where you're at, Leo. So during this time, how is your partner feeling? Okay, because it seems to me like they don't realise that you're feeling this way. I mean, this could always be vice versa. So anyway, let's see. Leo's partner. Leo's partner. Leo's partner. Okay. See, they are moving forward quite slow and steadily. They see this relationship has potential. They see this as long-standing. This is part of their future. They are moving forward slow and steady, and they're quite reassured with their actions. They don't need to move fast, they don't need to move forward fast, because they feel like what they are doing is right. They feel a sense of balance. And if anything, they're one of the most reliable knights in the deck. So, you know, they're feeling quite reliable. They see this relationship as one that has potential. And they're ready to put the hard work in. Wow, okay. And you see, we have two knights now, so let me just see. They're moving forward. There's definitely a lot of forward movement here. And they're moving forward with their heart also. They want to follow their heart. They want to understand your emotions. They want to bring you clarity and extend their hand. They are quite sincere and honest, and they are approaching the situation with you. Feeling quite comfortable with you. You know, Leo, it's quite conflicting that there's a lot of movement here, and then with you there's a lot of, you know, this is all about pausing, this is all about observing, this is all about not really any movement, this is stopping movement, this is the end of a cycle. And then with them, they're moving forward quite steadily, and they have their pentacles, they have their commitments at hand and their emotions in check. So they really don't understand what you're going through. The Knight of Cups is someone that they know where they're going, okay? And so does the Knight of Pentacles. Your partner has a vision of the future already planned in their head, and they are pursuing this, and they're doing so with their head and their heart. Okay. Moving forward towards a union, we have the Two of Cups here. They want to feel complete. They want a relationship that completes them, where you can work together of equal exchange. This can also be seen as a bond as strong as marriage. A greater purpose, a feeling of emotional fulfillment, looking into each other's eyes and understanding one another. So this is what they're moving towards, Leo. This could be away from you, so perhaps, you know, if this is a breakup, then they're moving on and you see that they're not really understanding. Or this could be that they're trying to reconcile with you, they're trying to make a union with you, and you're very guarded at the moment, but they really want this and they're very serious. 100% serious, Leo. They're making the moves here. Okay, you don't want them to make the moves. You don't want them to make the moves. That's what I'm getting. And then this came out. So this is heartbreak. You see this person, they are, you know, this is you. You're looking at these spilt cups and you feel a sense of loss, a sense of lack. What you have found fulfilling in the past is now broken in some way. You feel covered, you feel like you have to protect yourself. You're not very happy. You see how this individual, they're slouched over here, and that's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing that you really aren't happy. You're really... Oh, it weighs you down so much, this situation. Okay, Leo, this is... Yeah, this is a heartbreak. This is a heartbreak. I'm sorry. This could be past, but... Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, Leo, at the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Swords. Ooh. Whoa, okay. So we have the Three of Swords, but... that fell down and the sun was revealed. So perhaps there's something in the future for you, Leo, that's going to be quite fulfilling. Okay. I feel like these two cards dropped to reveal the sun, so I feel like these are meant to be part of the reading. We have the Page of Cups and the King of Wands. So let me just talk about these individually. So, you know, you wanted to extend your cup to this individual. You wanted to, I feel, communicate with them how you are feeling and give, you know, try and work through this relationship, try and make this right again, but realizing that it's just going, you know, recognizing when a cycle is unhealthy and knowing deep down, okay, you see how there's a fish in this cup, knowing deep down that really the situation was very much over, but holding on and realizing that, you know, this is what happens, this is the end, but just still holding on, I feel. And I feel like some of you are saying, okay, some of you are saying that I didn't realise it was the end. I was oblivious to what was ahead at first, and then it just came to me. So that's some of you. You were quite oblivious, you know. It's like it slowly crept up on you, and then you started to see the cycles, and it just took you back, okay? And we have the King of Wands. So you are feeling a little bit inconsiderate. You're kind of beside yourself here. You want this individual. You are determined to have this individual in your life. And they are moving on quite steadily here, and they're not realising, they're not recognising what you're going through. And you're finding that quite difficult, Leo. And it's hard to wish the best for this individual and be considerate and wish, you know, want them to have a fulfilling future with, you know, this communion, whatever this is. But it's hard because they've disregarded you completely. So, you know, they've been inconsiderate to you. So, you know, now you're stuck in this emotion as well where you're thinking, what about me? What about our future together? And, you know, that's quite unhealthy, and I feel like you're letting go of that. So whatever this feeling is, Leo, this feeling of, oh, you know, what about me? What, you know, can't be together. Yeah, look, okay. See here, the Nine of Swords in your head. Overthinking. This is the energy of someone really staying up at night and not being able to get through the nights about this. Really just, oh my, just falling, deteriorating. It's all in their head. It's these thoughts, okay? These thoughts of putting themselves down here. You're thinking about what you could have done to make this better, what you could have done, the cycles again and again and again. You know that these situations repeated, whether this is in your past relationships or just this relationship over and over again, and you feel like you want to go back to a time where, you know, the initial feeling, you know, the initial sign of whatever this was that, you know, made the relationship fall apart. You want to go back to that and just, you know, cut that out of the you know, just completely change time here. You know, you want that trait, that habit to leave you, and it hasn't left you, but what has left you is someone that you have considered to be the love of your life in the past. You may have thought that they were going to be the love of your life in the past. So I was going to say, expand on the King of Wands when this came out, and I was going to say that I feel like you're letting go now. I feel like you're letting go of this energy of, you know, you know, whatever this person, you know, perhaps you want them to be happy now, and you're just going to try and accept that they're never going to truly understand how much they hurt you. But then this card came out, the Nine of Swords, so that's telling me that, you know, you need more messages right now about this heartbreak, okay? Okay, this is good, this is good. Oh, there's two. So the Fool card has come out, and this has come out with the Eight of Pentacles. So this is you taking a leap of faith. You are going into the future and pursuing a passion, something that is going to bring you great happiness, and you're letting go. This is you letting go. You see this individual, they feel quite free, and there's a possibility in the future. They're not sure where this is going to go, but they're leaving now. So you're choosing here to move from this energy, you know, to say, I'm actually feeling you going, oh, it's fine, it's fine. You're telling yourself that you don't care, and that's helping you move forward, but you do care. You care a little bit, okay? At this moment in time, in this fall energy, upon letting go, you're trying to trick yourself into feeling like everything is okay, when in your mind, you know, and underneath you're hurting, but you feel like you can get through this. You feel like you're a strong individual. You know, you have this determination, this success, this hard work that you bring into your life, and you can apply this to your relationships. You can apply this to your emotions. You can say, okay, I'm going to rebuild my emotions here and move forward. So I feel like that may be hard for you to do. You know, you're still holding, you see this fall? They're still holding on to this flower here. So, you know, they're still, you know, they're letting go, but you see they have a flower in their hand? It's like you're still holding on a little bit to whoever this individual is and where they're going. You know, they're not looking back at you. They're really not, and you're looking at them, but they're not looking at you. And I feel like you're taking this leap of faith here. You're moving forward. You're choosing to let go because you feel like this was hindering you, your ability to work, your ability to work on long-term commitments and really take control of your life. So by just, you know, being in this energy, trying to be in this energy, almost faking it until you make it, you are going to be able to build again and work on, you know, what really is sustainable, what really is long-term in your life. You know, but then again, you know, you're working and there's still, you see this pentacle on the floor? It's like you're working but you realise you've dropped one and you're trying not to look back, and it can be distracting, but you're not, you see? So this, but you want to look, okay, now you want to look back, you want to look back. There's a lot of conflicting energy here, Leo. You know, maybe this is vice versa. Okay, so let's look at this individual. Okay. This wanted to come out straight away. So they're working on themselves, they're working on their long-term commitments. They are very much focused on this pentacle here that they're looking at, and they see this as long-term and sustainable. They're leaving the emotional, you know, whatever this relationship was, they're leaving it behind them. You see the water behind them is quite, you know, this flowing here is quite rocky for those ships, okay, but they're standing and they're moving forward with their other commitments. They have different responsibilities that they're juggling, but they know they're going to be okay and they're not getting emotional about the past. I feel like letting go of this, Leo, is really going to serve you. Okay. Yeah. So they're moving on to clearer waters now. You know, they're taking any of the swords that, you know, any of those challenges, they're just taking them, they're putting them on their boat, and they're moving forward quite calmly, quite smoothly, with a sense of purpose here. There could be someone else, you know, as well. You see there's a boat. Is being guided by someone, so perhaps they're with their partner. They feel a sense of togetherness here. You know, whatever's in their future they see as worth something, something of value, something that is of purpose. And you know, I noticed those waters, didn't I? That's why I said moving on to calmer waters, and then this card came out, which literally means moving on to calmer waters. So that's double validation there, Leo, that, you know, perhaps they realised as well that this relationship was a little bit unstable with you. Yeah, okay. So we have the Devil card, so they're letting go of any unhealthy behaviour, they're letting go of any unhealthy energy. They may have felt tied down before, they may have felt like they were chained, but this was all in their mind, you know, and they feel like now they can let go and there's possibility ahead of them. I'm sorry, Leo, if this is hard to hear. Then again, this could be you on the right side, you know, so I'm just the messenger. Okay, and the Strength card has come out. So it's interesting because where, you know, your card here in the same position is the Nine of Swords, okay? But then their card is the Strength card. So this is about finding harmony, finding inner strength. Building oneself from within, growing, wanting to promote peace and harmony and love. So this individual, they are quite caring, and oh, it's weird, they're quite caring, but they're not towards, they're letting go of this relationship. So it's not towards you, but you know, they're trying to grow strength after letting go, but they're doing so in a way that's harmonious. And I feel like they realise that if they went back, so you see how they're moving on to calmer waters here, they're realising if they went back to this relationship with you, then like you think as well, you know, it's just going to have the same unhealthy behaviours, and you know, it's going to be toxic in some way, but you felt like you could probably fix this, right? Whereas they're choosing to just let it go for both of you, and they feel like this is the best for both of you. This is going to be a strength for you, this is going to be good long term for you, and they also realise for them this is the right thing to do. And they also, I feel, have a lot of love, feel very complete in this relationship. The cards here are very different, you see. There's all positive cards here. The Devil card is positive because it's about letting go of that toxicity. Okay, whereas, you know, here it's all quite, you know, hard work and pain and, you know, having to get through a difficult situation. Yeah. Leo's partner. What do we have for Leo's partner? Okay. They don't mean to hurt you. That's what I'm hearing. They don't mean to hurt you. It's not intentional. They may be inconsiderate upon breaking up, but they don't mean to. And if they have during your relationship, if it was unhealthy, then they're doing the right thing by letting go, aren't they? Because they're trying to provide a stable environment for both of you. They're trying to, you know, move on from something that wasn't working for both of you, and it's nothing to do with each other, okay? It's just that you didn't work together in the way that you were supposed to, and, you know, it would have just hurt you both to continue. That's the way they feel. Okay, so the Emperor's come out. So now they're focusing, after gaining a little bit of strength back after letting go, they're focusing on something stable. They want to lead a situation forward that is going to bring them you know, this is about the father figure. This is about a stable home, stable life, being able to be self-assured and have everything on the table, you know, possibly a family, experience. So either they're moving forward towards the Emperor and this is the new individual in their life. It's quite a strong relationship, quite a stable relationship, steady, calm, certain, very, very assured here. You know, there's no confusion whatsoever with the Emperor. And this is their wish. This is what they have been anticipating. And Leo, like, I'm sure you want them to be happy. I'm sure you do. And if this is what's in store for them on your journey, I feel like, you know, I feel like this is going to be something that, you know, you should be happy and move on as well, as long as it's, you know, for the better, you know, for the good of your health here, because you deserve love and you will find love, Leo. You will be in love and it will be a good relationship. You don't need to work over the same thing and again and again and again. I mean, you have soulmates out there. There's so many soulmates, possible twin flames, you know. If there's resistance to that, what I just said, then try and understand why there's resistance. Okay, so the last card for them is the Three of Pentacles. So they're going to build together with their partner. Their partner sees them, thinks quite highly of them. Their partner admires them quite a great deal, and vice versa. They want to work together and build a future together. There's a real sense of union here and togetherness and strength and wholeness, you know. We have the head and the heart here. We have the commitments and we have the love. Very firm, you know. This could even be marriage moving forward. And this makes you, you overthink, you get in your head about this, you feel like you can't think straight, you feel like you want clarity. Leo, this is your clarity, okay? You feel like you want clarity, but I mean, the truth does hurt. Oh, I feel like I'm helping you. I feel like I am. I'm really sorry that I have to tell you this. I feel like I'm telling you what you already know though. So I feel like this is good because I'm giving you clarity. I'm reaffirming the way you're feeling already. And, you know, perhaps you just needed this closure. Okay. You know, what we'll do now is we'll have a look at your future love, okay? Let's move on from this energy. I feel like you're asking me to pull a couple more cards. You want to know how they really feel about you. I mean, what's their opinion of you as of now, don't you? You just want that closure. Okay? So I'll pull a couple of cards will really think about these cards, how they feel, how they see you at this moment. And maybe that's going to give you some thought here, you know, some closure, trying to evaluate the situation and let it go, right? And then we'll address future relationship here, or, you know, what's in your future, what's going to, you know, love, a positive message here of love that we can work on. Because I feel like that's what this is about. I feel like I'm supposed to guide you through this, okay? One message I am getting from my guides to say to you is open your heart. All is not lost. People change, situations change, but they change in order for new beginnings to come in that are going to be more abundant, more successful. Okay, so we're going to ask, they've left the situation, they're moving on. So what are their last thoughts of you? What are their last thoughts of you? When they look back at you. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. They see you as someone that had a lot to give, a lot of emotional fulfillment to give, but you weren't moving forward with them. You weren't, you know, you see this person, they have their arms crossed. They see you as quite stubborn, and there was a lot of potential here for emotional fulfillment, but they feel like you weren't moving, you weren't opening yourself up to them. You were not considering them enough. You had all this to give, but they feel like you didn't give. You just sat and you thought about what emotionally fulfilled you, and it didn't really involve them. So you see here, this individual is sat there with all these cups on a table, and their partner's not there. So this is how, you know, they're ending this. They're letting go, and if they looked back, they would just feel like this was a stagnant relationship. There wasn't any movement to be made, and you didn't give them enough emotion, and they feel like you were quite stubborn. You were quite defensive in a way, and they wanted a mutual relationship. They wanted to build together, and you were holding back a little bit. So that's the way they see you. That isn't the way you were. That's just the way they see you, Leo. But the message is open your heart. So perhaps in the future you're going to first focus on, you know, focus on yourself, and you're beautiful. You have a lot of achievements that you're pursuing, and then afterwards, you know, you'll invest your heart into someone truly. So perhaps your heart wasn't in it, Leo. There was potential there, but you didn't show them this. You didn't show them enough. So Leo's partner. Okay, this one wanted to come out. Okay, Wow, so they see you as someone that has a lot to give, a lot of stability, a lot of long-term stable stability, commitments, sincere, generous, understanding, safe. So they feel like you have everything, Leo. You're everything they could want, otherwise they wouldn't have been with you in the first place. You could have really had something long term here. Maybe they thought you were the one in the past, you know, 1 pentacle. They thought you were the one. But you weren't giving enough. You weren't being, you know, they see you as generous, they see you as giving, they see you as, but then at the same time they don't. They see you as holding back your emotion. So there's a real conflicting energy here, you know, and perhaps this is going back again to that 10 of Swords of, you know, back and forth in the same cycle. But they just feel like you had everything to give, but they weren't receiving this from you in the right way. You know, these are strong cards. They do not look at you in a bad way. They really don't. And they see that you have a lot of cups to give someone. You have a pentacle, you have this long-term commitment to give to a future partner. And it's not them. And they're okay with that, they're accepting that. But they do admire you greatly. Okay, so let's move on now. So this is really the end all of how they see you. Moving on, okay? So they're looking at really the positive aspects of you, but they just know that it wasn't really right in the relationship, if that makes sense, however that resonates. And moving on, for you, we have the 4 of Swords. So this is about surviving this challenge, getting through this challenge, taking time to heal, and appreciating what you do have here. This is a card of making peace with yourself. You're seeing a window now, you're seeing a path forward that really aligns with your purpose and who you are and what you have to give. Okay. You have been quite guarded, quite defensive, perhaps even a little bit frustrated at times at everyday situations that you find yourself in, unable to control your emotions. And you're moving on from this, you are letting go of this. You realise that this behaviour, these feelings, these toxic feelings, they were built on a weak foundation. And now you want to let go of them and build a strong foundation, because we do have the Tower card at the bottom of the deck here. So that's all about building back a strong foundation, you know, letting it fall down, letting this relationship fall down, letting yourself make peace with it and healing. I'm happy for you, Leo. I want you to heal. I want you to achieve success and happiness in your life. A lot of people look up to you, I feel. okay? And you want to be that person that people can look up to, and I know you are, so, you know, don't let this knock your confidence, because you have a lot to give, okay? So we have the Hanged Man. Going inside yourself and really thinking about this situation from all perspectives, allowing yourself to take a higher viewpoint where you see the relationship for what it really was. Allowing yourself time to be stagnant, time to stand still, time to not move in any direction. There's no pressure here to move forward. You just want to heal. And when you've healed, when you've come to certain realizations, when you've fought this through, then you can move forward. And when you do, you're going to make sure that you're going to bring the world with you. You're going to really achieve something special with the right person. You know, this is good. You're taking your time. But still, you feel this need to look over your shoulder. You are less trusting. You feel like no one's really going to understand you. And I feel like that's because this person disregarded your feelings at the end. They moved on. And they didn't really see you were hurting, and now it's hard to trust other people because you've realised how easy it was for someone that you care about to let you go, and you know, it's really messed with you because you were willing to give this another chance, but you knew that another chance probably wasn't the best idea. You knew that this was, you know, this would have just gone down a path of, you know, deep down, you know that there would have been a path here down to a tower, down to, you know, this weak there was just a weak foundation. It wouldn't have worked. And, you know, that's not your fault, okay? Don't ever blame yourself. Okay. Okay, wow. So we have the King of Cups. So once you come out of this period of, okay, for some reason they're telling me period of isolation and also destruction. So Leo, I don't know what that's about, but you know, perhaps you're just really wanting a fresh start and letting go of what does not serve you. And you see you're sitting firm now, your emotions are intact, you're emotionally stable. Perhaps you can, you know, you can control your emotions as well here. So if you are feeling a bit upset, a bit cautious, then you're not really, you know, you're not letting it get to you. And you see these waters, they're not very smooth, right? But this individual, this King of Cups, they sit on their phone quite firmly. And they care about others, and they have emotional empathy and understanding, and they want others to succeed, okay? So they're looking to their future and how they can give their heart in the right way, how they can better themselves in relationships, and you know, how they can fulfill their partner, how they can give to their partner in a way that's going to be long-standing and long-term, that's going to build a stable home life, a stable family life. Okay, so 4 cards came out, and I did decide to take them all, Leo, because that's what I was being told by my guides, okay? So we have the Queen of Swords. So this this emotional clarity, it comes as well with a lot of experience. So, you know, you're learning from your past decisions, you're learning from these challenges in the past, and in your present, you're approaching the present with a sense of deep understanding for what you truly want and desire, and a sense of strength as well. The Queen of Swords has been for everything you could imagine. They're the best person to talk to about advice, because they probably have been through what the other person has been through, you know, whatever the pain is. So, you know, you've came out strong on top here through all of this, for all of this pain, for all of this torment, for all of this destruction of the past in this relationship, this disregard, okay? You're coming out here with emotional understanding, in tune with your emotions, and also in tune with yourself, with your experiences. And the Queen of Swords is very intelligent. So you're using your logic here, your brain and your logic. You're able to lead situations from a point of view that is very constructive. Very future thinking as well. So, you know, you're noticing, you know, you would not, if anything happened that you thought was going to go back into the same cycle, you would nip it in the bud very quickly, and you would make sure that everything was okay. So there's a sense here of not neglecting anything, really taking everything into consideration. And then we have the Ace of Cups. This leads to the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment here. This cup is overflowing. So whatever this is going to completely emotionally fulfill you. And this is honest and true love. You see, the hand is white, and they're holding this cup, and it's overflowing into this ocean. So there's a lot of depth here, there's a lot of investment being made, and it's naturally coming into fruition here. So this relationship in the future, I'm not seeing them yet. I'm not seeing this relationship yet. But it's very fulfilling. And this could be you, Leo, preparing for this. And having your heart stored here, you know, building up your emotions and being truly fulfilled within your own heart, and then extending your hand to another. And the Ten of Cups here, this is full happiness. This is happy family, you see, in the bottom. You know, these cups are overflowing. You know, there's no holding back these cups with you. You know, it's a stream now. You know how we said about before, how, you know, this Nine of Cups energy, holding back. I mean, you're not holding back whatsoever. There's stability here. In a way, there's wish fulfillment. And if the camera's having trouble focusing, that's because this energy is very strong, Leo. This is really something that you need to hear, something that you have to look forward to. It's something that you can admire and celebrate. Wow, okay? And I'm feeling this emotion. I'm feeling deep emotion, deep thankfulness, grateful appreciation. I mean, you are building this, and you're approaching your next relationship in such a way where, you know, it's very emotionally fulfilling. Your hearts are so invested with one another. There's this sense of completeness and a lot of love here, you know. Cups, cups, cups. You know, after this period here of going inside yourself and trying to regain trust within yourself and relationships, you come out and your heart is beaming, okay? And I'm feeling it, Leo, and it's magical. And perhaps you don't see that now. You don't see that yet. I mean, I'm not seeing it yet, Leo. I'm not seeing this future partner. Okay, so we have the Lovers. Oh my gosh, Leo. So this is a major arcana. So whatever this comes out next to, it strengthens, okay, with whatever energy. And the Lovers card, this is about emotional fulfillment. This is about emotional success. This is about following your heart, I feel. I'm seeing here head and heart. You're following your head and your heart. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of freedom. You know, feeling complete with this person. So I wasn't seeing this individual, but now I am. I'm seeing two people here at the bottom of these cards, and they're being very trusting with one another here. I feel, you know, they're not wearing any clothes. They're quite free. You know, there's a sense of being able to open up to one another and really understand one another, and a lot of love to the point where you don't have to worry. Okay, I heard you say, I don't have to worry anymore. And this doesn't have to be you now, but I'm just hearing that my guides are saying, this is you, and you're saying, I don't have to worry anymore. I can let my guard down. I don't have to be guarded anymore. Oh my. Okay, so can we just have a look, please, at the end of this? Okay, we began. Look at where we began. Look how cold this energy is. Okay? And now look, after a little, you know, now look at the last 3 cards of this reading, Leo. Amazing. I mean, this is, these 3 cards together, you are creating something here. 3 is all about creation. It's linked to, you know, the Empress, the birth of something, unconditional love. And I feel like you are achieving this. So whatever you're doing, you know, whatever path you're on now, this energy moving forward, as I said, it starts with this reading. You know, this is going to be really fulfilling for you, and you have nothing to worry about, okay? Your future love is beautiful. Your future love is one that you can trust. Okay, thank you for taking me on this journey with you, Leo. I really do appreciate all of the support and, you know, being able to share this experience. So thank you for watching, and I really do wish you all of this